I didn't realize my mic was off this whole time. I thought it was on. I genuinely thought it was on. I guess let's go through the intro. Welcome to Skyward Sword, the finale. In the last stream we got through Sky Keep and Zelda got kidnapped. So like you can see over here that that crystal is gone because she got kidnapped. So yeah, we gotta go and we gotta go deal with the final bosses. So yeah, let's go back to the past. You know, it's kind of a shame that you can't really explore the past, because the game doesn't really let you explore the past. I mean, to show you what I mean, let me check. Okay, I got, you see, you can't go out here. Those doors don't work. I guess they're not programmed to work. So, you know, I mean, there's nothing for us to do there. I think I'll wait like another couple minutes to see if people show up. If not, I guess we just go and begin. Because first, as soon as I go out those doors out the front, these doors, that's where more or less everything begins. So, yeah, I'll give people like another minute or two to show up, but so far I've not seen anyone. And it could be because I started a bit late, so people weren't expecting me to, but surely they'd have gotten the notifications by now, I would assume. Even if they didn't get the notification, I would assume they've seen Discord or something. So, we'll see. Hey, Cursed, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just waiting a little bit longer to see if someone will show up, because actually you're the first one here. Even though I've been live for like 5 minutes. I didn't actually realize my mic was muted for like the first 2 minutes or so. I was like, wait, my mic isn't lit up, so I guess I'm not actually being recorded. But yeah, so let's see, maybe I'll give it like 1 more minute and then I'll begin. Like I said, I'm just trying to give people some time to get here, but it seems like so far no one besides me have shown up. Hopefully that will change. I'll just make like 1 more lap around here. Okay, I guess that's enough waiting. I should do one of those. You know how like bigger streamers have? Well, I guess some small streamers also do it. But like they'll have like a little waiting screen at the beginning of the stream. Maybe I should do that. For like 10 minutes. What the heck is he doing? Yeah, I might consider that, honestly. Hey, King of Slimes, how's it going, man? Hear me, my lords. The spell is nearly complete. The Demon King returns. Until then, you will keep that whelp from interfering with my ritual. I don't care if the whole lot of you get lodged on the end of his blade. You will buy me the time I need. Do not fear him. Fear my wrath if you fail me. Let's get ready for a slaughter. Yeah, these guys die in one hit if they don't. Why are you targeting there? I feel like the control's a little wonky right now. Okay, there we go. So yeah, you just gotta keep fighting these guys. Well, I think you can ignore them to some extent. Not entirely. Can someone wield a heart, maybe? That would be nice. Oh yeah, Gary was doing his autistic teleporting. Yeah, that is pretty funny. Also, do you remember that dance thing he does? Where he's like, he's like freaking dancing around. It's probably the most comedic part of this cutscene. Click some of those hearts. Alright, what are they gonna send? So yeah, it's pretty much an enemy rush sort of thing. Not a boss rush, but just an enemy rush. What, did that guy nearly fall over? Okay. Can't stop the... Wait, what? Did I just lose my beetle? Wait, has anyone ever seen that before? You actually lose your beetle. I never actually noticed that. You lose your beetle in this It legit just ceased to exist or something. I like how it's the most efficient way to kill them is just suicide bombing. Like, legit, it's the most efficient way to kill enemies, just suicide bomb. Alright, what do we do? Oh boy, Moblin's my favorite. So Link from Link Night? I don't know what that is. Oh, Link Night, like Fortnite? I don't know. I want to cut your shield in pieces. Yeah, moblins in this game are really freaking annoying. Then again, what Zelda game are they not annoying? I guess in Ocarina of Time, they're more annoying because of the stealth segment thing you gotta do with them. Actually, killing them is not that hard. Let's see, we got archers here. Can't shoot them. They're okay and yeah, I guess. I don't really like fighting anything. Well, okay, that's a lie. Considering how much time I wasted fighting enemies in that game. No hearts? Wow, these guys are cheapskates. Alright. I mean, I'm not even able to cap myself off with health. What we got here? Okay. They just sent a blue Bogo after me. Okay, game. What the? He's like a really weird enemy. You see that? He has like really weird movements. I'm not sure what that guy's specialty is. Oh, it's these. Yeah, this guy's kind of annoying. Blue Bogo, the true final boss. I agree. Haha! Mine now, jerk. I think we're getting pretty close to the end. Yeah. Or like the bottom ring. Yeah, that guy's just tricky. I know I could just get out my whip. In fact, I might as well just do that. Well, once these guys are gone. Ah! Get out! Get out of here! Move! Haha! Now you got nothing. This guy's running insanely fast. There's pretty much no way. You might be able to catch him with a bow, but even then, that's gonna be really hard to do. Okay, there we go. I think that might be the last one. What the heck? Oh, it's the skeleton guys. There we go. Ignoring these guys. I'm definitely ignoring these guys if I can. Ah. I'm losing a lot of hearts. Can you stop shooting me? Alright, let's go in here. Okay, he's gonna throw more sacrificial bombs at us. Alright, Gary, the jig's up. You're far too quick, boy. I realize a simple child like you knows nothing of magic, but spells like this take time and a steady hand. Can't you quite quiet like a good boy? You petulant brat, you've pushed me too far. I've waited my whole existence for this. This is my moment. You know what? Fine. If you're so intent on hurrying to your grave, I'll be happy to show you the way. This time, there will be no heroic escape. I was a fool to toy with you and let you walk away with your life before, but I won't make that mistake again. That I promise. He is winking. If only I'd put you in your place from the very beginning. Show a human a little mercy, and next thing you know, he thinks himself your equal. You're at my station. I had to maintain some semblance of dignity, so I let you run with your life. Twice even. Such a guilty pleasure. But instead of scurrying away like any creature with basic instinct to survive, you just kept coming back. Again and again and again. I've let a mere boy make a fool of me for the last time. You stand before a demon, or should I say a weapon without mercy. It's over, Gary. Make him black. For you, boy, I prepared a most appropriate and humiliating death. I even have a pet name for it. I call it the Endless Plunge. First, I'll take my time bludgeoning you, and then when I grow bored of it, I will drive you to the edge and deliver a last strike to send you falling to your doom. I'll delight in casting your body into this pit and snuffing out the flame of your life. Your broken body will serve as fine sustenance for the Demon King. Wow, you really put up a fight. Yeah, that finishing blow is really bad control-wise on this controller. That could give me some issues in these fights. Aha! Whoa, I nearly fell off. pushing this guy around, man. Is this guy trying to kill me? I'm bullying him. That's supposed to. He is a pretty fun boss, I'm not gonna lie. Yep, you want a traditional Girahim fight? You kind of get one. I put up my shield there. That doesn't work. Clap him, I'm trying. Okay, that doesn't work. Whoa! I had like no warning. Haha! Cancelled it before it could even go. I put up my shield. I'm moving really slow. Okay. This part's probably the trickiest part. You wretched brat! I can't put up my shield, like the game just does not respond. Link! He's back from school. Oh wow, that was fast. This is preposterous. Driven to my knees by a simple child of man. Laughable. No matter how many times we clash, I can't prevail. You think I can't defeat you? You think I can't win? Boy, what are you? Well, never mind that. Victory is still mine to savor. While we fought, the ritual I started continued. At last, it's complete. The Demon King shall devour the soul of the goddess and resurrect in his full glory. Oh no, not this guy again. I have to beat you a fourth time? Don't you see? It's all over! You and your kind have lost! This world and everything now belong to darkness. They belong to a master. Fun fact, you can leave it on this and he just keeps laughing. You can leave this on for like 5 minutes and he just continues laughing. He doesn't actually stop. Welcome back to us, Master. Mr. Pulsating Fire, man. So you are the chosen knight of the goddess. Intriguing. Yeah, you chose like the worst time to show up. The goddess lowered herself to a mortal existence to keep me imprisoned. How pathetic. The bag of flesh pales in comparison to the magnificence of her previous form. Don't worry! Groose got this! I caught her. She's okay. So you and other human would stand before the obliteration to aid the goddess, would you? How curious. The humans I've known were weak things, hardly more than insects shivering under rocks and ready to flee at a mere glimpse of me. When I last walked this world, they did little more than scream and cling to their goddess, mewling and praying, counting on her to protect them. How amusing to think that these cowards begot someone like you. You grow more fascinating by the second, human. I never imagined I'd meet one of your kind who wished to stand against me in battle. Very well, then. I shall prepare a place for us where we will not be bothered by distractions. You still have the courage to face me. Seek me there. It's all on you! Oh, and listen up. Granny had some info for you. The old girl says it'll take time for that grease wand to absorb Zelda's soul completely. If If you could take him down before her soul gets all sucked up into that thing, you might still have a chance. I know you can do it. So, yeah, you gotta do this. You're all Zelda's god. You got to make sure this happens. Fairy boy. If you fear for your life, do not follow me. You can spend what little time your world has left cowering and crying as befits your kind. But if you truly desire to raise your blade against the world I would build, come for me. I've waited eons to return. I can spare a few more moments till the other side. It's up to you now. Bombs needing 3 buttons. Wow, this guy's still coping over bombs. This guy still can't figure out how to use bombs. Same guy who can beat Silver Lionels in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but you want him to bowl bombs. You can't do that. It's too difficult. Too difficult for him. So you might be wondering what I'm doing. Well, I'm healing. That's what I'm gonna do. With good controls. My guy, literally just freaking, like, I'm gonna show you how to use bombs right now. I'm gonna show you. Okay, look. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. So look, you point that one, the one control up to throw, or down, and then, like, flick the button when it's down. Or no, you don't even flick the button, you literally just press ZR. Look, I rolled it and picked it up and defused it. Surely you can at least roll one. Now time it and reposition. Well, you could just find the right target and then hit the button whenever it's in the right position. Like, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. It's not that hard. Yeah, I've done the second dungeon before, Camaro. I've done it several times. It's not a hard dungeon. It's really not a hard dungeon. And that includes the bomb controls. Those are not that hard. I dread to see how you would fare against the boss of the second dungeon, because that one actually is kind of annoying. That boss fight is kind of annoying and involves bombs. Legend of Camaro's skill issue. There's one of the statues to save at. The last save statue in the game. Now this slide could actually kill me, because I do have healing, but this tunnel boss is... There's a certain aspect of the tunnel boss in the second phase that makes him really tricky. The weak chat projects as they have not beat a flightless Tears of the Kingdom Iron Man. Yeah, that sounds stupid. In fact, if anything, that makes more of an issue as to what, like, that brings up more the irony that you can't actually throw a bomb, but you can do all that. Master, I have important information for you. Once you enter this portal, my analysis indicates a 0% chance that you will be able to return, unless you are able to vanquish your foe. Sounds like you waste your time. Are you ready to pursue it? Yeah, let's do it. Understood, Master. Know that even in the place that lies beyond this portal, I will be with you. And Master, good luck. Now you can land on the water, King of Slimes. So you have decided to meet your end in battle after all. It pleases me greatly to see such misplaced valor, human. Take a moment to appreciate your surroundings, for where we stand shall serve as your tomb for eternity. The hateful cause that is boiled in my veins. You will taste of it in the bite of my blade. Pretty nice dinosaur, you ask me. I agree. It's actually a very pretty battlefield. The only question left is how long you will manage to remain standing before I take your life. Try to keep it interesting for me, will you? And when you do fall, know that your world and everything in it is mine to dominate. Mine to subjugate. Mine to rule. When I finish with you, you can take solace knowing your friends and kin will soon follow, as I wipe all who oppose me from the face of this world. It won't be long now. At last, the almighty power I've sought for millennia. I will take the Triforce on my own. And the world shall be under my foot for eternity. I love slow shields. What the heck? He just flexed on me? This guy just flexed on me. My shield timing is really off today. It's really off. You just dodge? Ah! For some reason, drawing my sword does nothing. Yeah, the first phase is very slow. Because you only hit him like once. What the heck? Why does he do that flex? His shield's so slow. Does stabbing work here? I'm not sure. I guess it does. I think. Yeah, I think it does. He's gotta do his flex for some weird reason. What? You were flexing, man. I don't think you could cheese this guy as easy as Garrick though. Why does he keep flexing? What? Stop doing that! Stop! What? Is he bugged or something? He's just doing that to troll me, I think. To throw off my rhythm. I don't think I've ever seen that until this run. He's messing with your biorhythm. What? There we go. With that one. There we go. That was a sleeper phase. This one's the real phase. This is actually a pretty scary phase. But it's very fun. Because he can just zap you. Yeah, this part's really fun. Oh crap. Okay, that was... Oh jeez! Okay, you don't want to go for this because he like fakes you out to troll you. Oh god, this is gonna be really hard. Because the thing is, my control's really slow. This could kill me, actually. This one last finishing blow is actually really hard to do. There we go. Wow, that was a little bit easier than I thought, but still. The finishing the blow attack is so hard to do with this stupid control. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The finishing blow looks really sick. Extraordinary. You stand as a paragon of your kind, human. You fight like no man or demon I have ever known. Though this is not the end. My hate never perishes. It is born anew in a cycle with no end. I will rise again. Those like you, those who share the blood of the goddess and the spirit of the hero, they are eternally bound with this curse. An incarnation of my hatred shall ever follow your kind, dooming them to wander a blood-soaked sea of darkness for all time. Wait, that's it? No third phase? There was a boss before this. Before you turned in, there was another boss. I have confirmation. I have confirmed the eradication of the Demon King. His residual consciousness has been absorbed into the Master Sword and is now sealed away. Can't wait for the credits music. Yeah, the credits music is really, really good. You have done well. Thank you. I think it's over. Finally, it's all over. Nice going, you two. You guys were really totally amazing in this little adventure I like to call The Legend of Groose. That's a joke. That's a little joke. Joke or not, your contributions to our efforts were heroic. You have my thanks. Well, you know, just glad I could make myself useful. I'm happy things turned out okay. Hey, so things look pretty sewn up here. What do you say, guys? Ready to head back to our own time? Granny was really worried about you two. We don't want to keep the old girl in suspense too long. Hi there, Your Grace, or perhaps you prefer Zelda. It pleases me to know you are safe. Master, I must speak with you. This man is coping so hard. You haven't beaten the gliderless, warpless Iron Man when you can't roll frickin' bombs. I literally did the bomb rolling thing when I was 12. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard, man. You have successfully protected the goddess reborn and defeated Demise, fulfilling your role as the hero of legend. My purpose here is complete. Therefore, I ask you to dissolve our arrangement as master and servant. Drive the sword into the pedestal before you, and I will return to the sword, where to enter a sleep without end. Master, you have achieved the purpose you were chosen to fulfill. Please set the sword in the pedestal to bring the goddess's mission to an end. You must have only 2 fingers or something if you struggle with one. Literally, okay, so I don't know what controller you're using, Camaro, but look, with the Pro Controller, all you gotta do is just have... I use my right hand for this, right? I have my thumb on the joystick, right? And I have my index finger on the ZR button. It's really easy to do. Unless your hands are tiny or something. But it's really, like, it's not even cumbersome, like, much less actually, like, impossible to work with. Like, it's really not that. Your hand is in a pretty good comfort zone to do that on the Pro Controller. I think it's honestly even easier probably with if you're playing with the Switch docked and you're using like the Joy-Cons or something, or not with the okay, disregard that. If it's in handheld mode, it should be even easier to do actually, if anything. But remember the handheld mode, the controls are even nicer. They're much nicer. So you should have no issues with that in handheld mode. But like I said, even in dock, the Pro Controller does have its issues. I won't lie, but I don't think that one is one of them. Like I said, I think the finishing blow is much jankier, honestly. It's skitzer controls, not with the tedium. You don't even have to use bombs that much after that area. Like, sure, you can use them a little bit, but not that much. It's really not that bad. You're making a much bigger deal out of it than it needs to be. It's time to conclude our necessary companionship. Hear me. My purpose was to obey the command of the goddess and lead you, the chosen hero of this land, on your quest. When I first awoke and began this task, I perceived it as merely serving my function as a servant of your grace. So then, this is supposed to become the Temple of Time? Yeah, I think it's pretty implied that it becomes the Temple of Time by Ocarina of Time. However, I have come to consider the information corresponding to our time together among the most precious data I have on record. I do not have the capability to fully understand the human spirit. But now, at the end of my journey with you, as I prepare to sleep within the Master Sword forever, I experience a feeling I am unable to identify. I lack sufficient data to be sure of my conclusion, but I believe this feeling correlates closest to what your people call happiness. Edgy people will be like... That's actually pretty good. Our partnership is at an end, and even as we speak, I feel my consciousness fading away. Before I enter the sleep that calls me to the sword, I wish to relay to you words that are recorded many times over the course of our journey. Hey, Guru King, I guess you kind of missed the actual final fight. I mean, you can watch the VOD when it's, you know, when it's through, but yeah, I think you kind of missed the final fight itself. But you can still watch, like, the final dialogue and stuff. Someone that got in later than me. Yeah. Many have said them to you thus far, but I now wish to say them for myself. Makes sense that Ganon only arrives after demise dies. Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. That is a very good point. Thank you, Master. May we meet again in another life. Which does happen. If you notice, even in the original Ocarina of Time, like even in the N64 version, when he's fighting Ganon, the sword does glow when he gets it back, the Master Sword. Which people have interpreted as, after Skyward Sword, it being like Fi actually sort of... Fi is just sort of making a brief cameo. Even though that would have been several years before she canonically existed in the series, but lore-wise she would exist. Yeah, several times. And I believe that, Tears of the Kingdom literally uses her little summoning, sound clip. I believe there's one point in the final battle where she actually does make that noise. What? Impa, why? Come with us. Zelda, your grace, you possess the memories of the goddess. You must understand why that is not possible. Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild use the sound. Well, yeah, I guess it makes sense since they were made after Skyward Swords, they're trying to keep tack with the lore. Same director as Skyward Sword. Okay, I guess that makes sense then, that they would reuse that. I'm kind of surprised that they had the same director because the games are very different. I am a being of this age. My place is here. I know that, but you must return to your own time. I will take care of the gate once you have passed through. I can't do that. You and I have been through so much together. I don't want to leave you alone. Please, Impa, come back with us. Although, Camaro, I wouldn't recommend saying that. I mean, I know you don't like the guy, but I wouldn't recommend you just like outright typing that in chat. That's probably not a good idea. I wouldn't recommend that. I am pretty lax with what I allow, but I don't think you should say that. But also, YouTube could actually give us trouble for that. So I really would not recommend doing that outright. Mod status removed. Yeah, I would just remove that message. Like, that's what I would say. Just, like, remove it, maybe reword it. Yeah, like I said, I try to be very lax, but, like, outright, you know, words exactly like that, I would have to take action against. I try to be pretty lax. I really do try to, but something like that it could legitimately get us in trouble. So, at the command of the goddess, I passed through the gate of time. I did so to protect you and aid the flight, to prevent the world's destruction. The last remnants of demise are decaying slowly within the sword. Someone must stay behind to watch over the blade. Yeah, it's something to be more something on private, not so much, you know, in a public stream. The point was Aonuma basically ruined the old lore. You'll have to tell me more about that later, because I'm not too familiar with that. Here's an emotional scene climbing her. Yeah. His spirit must not reawaken. He must never be allowed to threaten the world again. This is the nature of the task given to my tribe. As a member of the Sheikah tribe, the goddess's chosen guardians, I gladly welcome this duty. Zelda, I shall watch over the Triforce. Its power is too great to leave in the grasp of man. Dependence on its might is an invitation to disaster. When it has served its purpose, it must be secreted away to lie dormant once again. The knowledge of its existence hidden from mortal history. These are the words the goddess spoke to me long ago. I remember them well, as do you, I'm sure. Do not despair, Zelda. You and I will surely meet again someday. Why does Impa look like Slender Man? I don't know. See? I told you we'd meet again. Impa, thank you. Thank you for everything. Pixel's bracelet, I guess, is mine again. Alright, so let's enjoy the credits music. One thing I really like about the credits is it actually shows what happens on Zelda's side while Link has his adventure. rather than just being a scrolling credit screen, you know? I like this. I think this is actually really clever. Yeah, the main reason I've been so quiet is because I just kind of want to listen to this and let you guys hear it. Like I am looking at chat, but I'll probably respond once the credits is over. And alright, so yeah, I agree. The music, yeah, it is amazing, especially towards the end with the, where it shows like the Temple of Time. Oh yeah, Kameru, there actually is a Temple of Time in Skyward Sword. It is not the same as the one that becomes the one in Ocarina of Time in Twilight Princess. It's in the desert, which is why you haven't seen it. Alright, before I read the text, let me go and catch up with chat. Let's see. Miyamoto's family crest is the Triforce. I didn't know that, but I think I know what you're talking about. I think. So there used to be a clan, like in feudal times, in feudal Japan, that had that same sort of like crest, right? That it looks exactly like the Triforce. I know, and I think I know what you're talking about. And he's probably descended from that clan or something. That's probably what it is. I assume that's what. That's what I'm speculating. And so that's why it's his family crest, because he's probably descended from that clan. And then Link and Zelda populated. That is kind of what's implied. I mean, it's over several generations, though. You gotta remember, it's not like they just had like 800 kids. It's implied that it was Ocarina of Time is several generations later. One thing I've disliked of what I've seen of the story of SS is too soft and gentle. I mean, yeah, but you're only on like the second dungeon. I feel like a great point Zelda is this series makes, specifically on the following timeline, the first and canon one. I mean, yeah, but it's the Fallen timeline, which is kind of implied. It's kind of like apocalyptic and stuff. Some of them married their third cousin. Yeah, so Kamino should like the lore, because this means that someone probably married their third cousin. Look around us. As a child, I always dreamed of a world below. I wanted to see the surface with my own eyes and feel the land's warm breeze on my skin. I think I want to live here. I always want to feel solid ground beneath my feet. See the clouds above my head. Clouds above my head and watch for the travelers. Music here, I feel, shows really how that, despite calamity and immortal evil, greatness and light can overimpose itself over anything else. The music in a shining symbol of virtue. It was a touching scene. Well, I mean, like, I think you're trying to judge the story without having seen like 80% of it. So. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't say that, but like you've missed a lot of the story. Is the Kamon? The Hojos, yeah. The Hojos. And the reason I know that is because of Civ 6. For some reason they decided to make Hojo Tokimone the leader of Japan. Why? I have no idea. But like, because it doesn't even make sense. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, it's kind of a stupid choice to make him the leader of Japan in Civ 6. Should have went Tokugawa or someone. Which, I mean, I guess they did with the DLC, but should have been from the start. He should have been the leader. Okay, I already read that. What about you? What will you do now? Nobunaga and Tokugawa should be this. I agree. I agree. It makes a lot more sense for Nobunaga to have been in instead of Tokimune. Like Tokimune do? What do you do? What's Hojo like? Like who cares about him? Like he wasn't like the reason they chose him was because he was the leader when they drove back the Mongol invasion, but he wasn't even the leader of all of Japan. He was just the leader of his clan, and he didn't even drive back the Mongols. It was a freaking hurricane that did. He didn't do jack squat. A lot of the leader choices in Civ 6 don't make much sense. You can now play in hero mode using the save data. Do you want to continue? I mean, I'm not going to really select either of those. But yeah, that would be the end of Skyward Sword. That's going to be it for Skyward Sword. He girl plus gaslighted his way into being the practical leader of Japan. You can now play Lunatic Plus. You can now play as Luigi. Or I guess the Zelda equivalent will be like, I don't know, Zelda. That would actually be kind of fun if you could play a Zelda game as Link or Zelda. Like you could play I guess the story would have to be. You couldn't really be saving Zelda as Zelda, so the story would have to not really be central around saving Zelda. But yeah, I think that would be kind of cool if we had like a canonical Zelda game where you could actually play. Now you can play as Luigi. Yeah, Zelda games don't really have that sort of function, do they? But it'd be because like, have you guys ever heard that sort of debate? That's I don't think it's really that big of a debate, but there have been some calls to have like. To make Link like a female avatar or something stupid like that. I'm like, that's dumb. Like, why would you do that? You know? And that's why they made Linkle, which I think is a joke. But I'm like, how about instead make a game where you can either choose to play as Link or Zelda? Because Zelda's not a self-insert. She's not a self-insert. She's an established character. And it would have to be a plot that doesn't involve saving Zelda, because obviously you can't really save Zelda if you are Zelda. But if they made something where it's like Link and Zelda, or I don't know, they're like on a journey or something, and you can choose, who is the playable character, that would actually maybe work. That would actually work, and I think trying to make Link female would be a stupid idea, and I don't think it'd be popular if they actually did go through with that. Because it just feels too self-inserty. But like, if you say, all right, well, if you want another option, you can play as Zelda herself. I think that'd be pretty well received. I don't think anyone would be complaining about that, because Zelda's already an established character in the series. Heck, the series is literally named after her. Using her, if you really wanted to make like a female protagonist in a Zelda game, I think would be a lot better of an idea. And to some extent, it's been done. I think Spirit Tracks is the closest we've really had to a main series Zelda game that actually does let you play as Zelda. Because you sort of do play as Zelda, and it's a bit of a weird way, but you sort of play as her, but in tandem with Link as well. Link Zelda is the most powerful ship because they're an Aryan straight ship. Like an FE8 route, maybe like Zelda route is a bit different. Sort of like what they show in the credits of Skyward Sword, where Zelda sort of goes on her own journey. I think that'd actually be kind of cool. They have their own different sort of story, and you can play as it. I think that'd be pretty cool. You might want to study up on World War II. But yeah, so I don't know. That's sort of my 2 cents for that. Let's see. I believe so. Tomorrow is going to be more Rev. I'm not going to be streaming on Friday as typical. Saturday, I'm not sure entirely what I would do. I've been saying, and I kind of put it off, but I do need to finish Octopath 2. I do need to finish Octopath Traveler 2, even if I don't like a certain boss fight I'm stuck on. Um, so yeah, I would need to. I'll need to finish it. Like, I like the game. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do like Octopath 2 quite a bit. I think it's the best game that's come out of 2023. Like, Engage sucks. Um, I'm glad that Octopath 2 came out the same year, because if Engage was the last game I had played in 2023, I've been incredibly depressed. To understand the word and people of area, you should look at what the Greeks saw as ancient. Yeah, it's a word with a lot behind it. It's not as simplified as World War II. Um, Depressed about what? Engage. Because Octopath 2 came out after Engage, like a month afterwards. And I make it no secret that I do not like Engage. But Octopath 2, I really like. I mean, I do think some of the last bosses of the game kind of suck, but besides that, I think the game is pretty good. And I would recommend, like, even if people are like, I've been curious about Octopath, but I've never played it. Do I need to play the first one? No. Octopath 2, it's very standalone. You don't need to. You could have never played Octopath 1 before, and you would be just fine in Octopath 2. Hot take: I was more disappointed by Tears of the Kingdom than Engage. I mean, I wouldn't say Tears of the Kingdom was by any means my favorite, but I did like it more than Breath of the Wild. So I don't know. I had some fun playing it. There were definitely some parts I didn't like about it, but I would say I prefer Tears of the Kingdom over Engage. Honestly, like I had my hopes dashed when I played Engage. But Tears of the Kingdom, I still had some fun times. Still had some fun times playing it. But I still do think it improved over Breath of the Wild. I have no hype for the next Zelda now. I'm looking forward to a new Fire Emblem. I don't know. It kind of depends. Like, I do hope they kind of leave this Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom thing behind. I do kind of hope they grow to 100%. Yeah. Unless the remake. That's probably gonna end up actually being the reality. I mean, yeah, I mean, Engage was already on its way there. If they do Breath of the Wild Part 3, I will lose it. Yeah, I hope they don't. I hope they don't. I hope they just, say 2 games is enough, we'll do something else. Because the story, yeah, I think Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have the weakest story out of any Zelda game I've ever played. I haven't played every single Zelda game out there, but I played a good few of them, and I think its story is very weak. I could not, it's like the one Zelda game I just could not care for the story. Like, I really tried to pay attention, and it was so boring. It was so boring. I could not care any less. Blonde hair is overrated, brown is best. I kind of agree. I'm more of a brunette kind of guy. But, look, Camaro, we know that you're a little bit biased because your girlfriend is blonde, but, I mean, some of us like brunettes, okay? Some of us like brunettes. I don't know what I was thinking with that, but my guess was it was to shut up the shippers. I mean, they kind of have been sort of slightly, because Engage doesn't let you actually marry off units, besides, your main playable character. So maybe they're sort of on the path to get rid of the ship stuff. It could be one of the rare W's that Engage has. Red hair is pretty based. I think it's pretty funny that Gerudo King is going for red hair. I mean, like, who'd ever expect the Gerudo man would go for red hair, you know? But yeah, no, actually, red's like that one color that everyone agrees is actually pretty good. But red hair, no. Okay, I guess Curse doesn't agree. I don't know. I guess you haven't seen any good redheads then, Cursed. I guess you haven't. uh, you spoke too soon. Yeah, apparently I did. I thought red was just something that everyone could sort of all agree on. Gerudo women have red hair, and my friends can tell you I have a strong interest in them. In Gerudo women or red hair or both? I would assume both. That's what I'm guessing. Fictional red is good, but really red hair is orange. Yeah, it's usually more orange, but I mean it depends on the person. Depends on the person that has red hair. I mean, I think some people pull it off pretty well. Like yeah, if it's dyed red, it looks terrible. I'm speaking about like natural red hair. So I'm talking about like Irish. I'm talking about pretty much like the Irish and Scots. Dyed hair is cheating, and if it's dyed red is yeah. People with red hair usually have thin hair too. I guess it depends, but yeah, you might be right. I don't know. I haven't met that many redheads. Like I said, if you really want to meet redheads, go to like Ireland or something, where like 50% of the population is redhead. But yeah, no, dyed hair in general is just it usually just doesn't. Like the only time I think dyed hair actually looks okay is when it's like a natural sort of like it's a natural color looking sort of dye. But if it's unnatural color, like 99.9% of the time it looks terrible. It is also often curly, which is another L. Yeah, I'm kind of. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of curly hair, honestly. I would say it's. I would say like. I don't mind it on women, but on men it looks dumb. I don't know. I know someone might be watching me with curly hair, but like, I don't know. I think it looks bad on men. I think it looks bad on men. But then again, I'm not into men, so. But like, I just think men just can't pull it off. One thing we call it red hair because usually the word for orange came way later than. Really, that's interesting. Dye is okay only if you can't notice it. I mean, yeah, you guys might call it red because I mean, I assume you're saying in your own language, Spanish, but like English, I mean, we're literally right next. At least originally, the English are right next door to like all the world's redheads. So you'd think if anything, they'd call it. They'd actually had a word for orange at the time. Dye is okay only if you notice it. If you can't notice it, this exactly. Like I'd pin this. Like, it's not funny, but like it's 100% true. If you can't notice it's dyed, then it's okay. Like if I look at someone and I can't tell they actually dyed their hair, then yeah, it's fine because it doesn't look unnatural. It looks normal, you know. I've seen some people that do that, and I think that's fine because it doesn't look tacky. Like that's kind of the thing. It doesn't look tacky. It looks natural. So in English, there is no single word for light blue. That is true. That is true. As far as I know, there's no word for light blue. Red, black, and white, and usually are the first colors that languages develop a word for. Huh. Usually words for shades of color come way later. That makes sense. The shades and stuff will come in later. That makes sense. You have Celeste for light blue. It's probably like Celeste or something. But Then again, there's probably something that we have a word for that you guys don't. I don't know. So as there is hair is a celeste color, and then there are women who keep inventing shades that don't even exist. Average woman who spent too much time on Twitter. Yeah, those are the ones. Okay, the ones that you should not touch with a 50-foot pole. Those, yeah, you avoid those like the plague. So, or if you really have to go for one, make her dye her hair back to something normal. Like if you really have to, but otherwise I'd recommend not. IRL women with any unnatural hair color are not good to be around. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Quick thing about Aryans. Camaru is all ears all of a sudden. I do think it's pretty funny that Camaru is, you know, he's all for the Aryans when he himself is an ethnic Incan. Like I don't know. I just think it's funny. Aryans and third cousins by topics. Yes. Blue eyes are a genetic defect that allow too much light to enter the eye and make it more difficult to see outdoors. I think it actually. I don't remember exactly, but I think there's like certain conditions where blue eyes actually have worse vision. You know, I don't mind a fictional gal with blue hair. Glance at Lucina, Oboro, and Reina. I see you like older women if you're into Reina, but Lucina and Oboro are fine. I mean, I don't dislike Reina. I just think she's kind of old. She just looks kind of old. Um, Oboro is a great pick though. Oboro is one of my favorite Fates girls actually. So, good taste. How old is Reina? I don't know, but it's implied she's kind of a bit older. I'm mixed, so who knows exactly what I am. I also admire the history of white Germanic Aryan peoples. Brown eyes are the only natural color. Green is a less severe case of blue eyes. I think green is rarer than blue though, because like you go to Europe, and a lot of Europeans are blue eyed, but like well you don't even have to go to Europe. Like my mom, I live in America and my mom has blue eyes, but she's obviously of European descent. But yeah, green is much rarer. Because it's not really. I don't think green is really native to anywhere. Blue is native to like Europe and stuff like that. But green, I guess green would probably mostly found in Europe since it's more of like a offshoot of blue, but it's much rarer. Green is rare because it wasn't selected like blue eyes were. Can you imagine if you had red eyes? Kid named albinos. I don't. Yeah, some albinos do have red eyes. I think people intentionally carry on blue eyes. Yeah, it's recessive, but I suppose if you had a blue eye parent and a green eye parent, and the one that's gonna pass down is the green eye. Of course, in my case, since only my mother has blue eyes, I would have to marry another blue-eyed, or at least someone who carries the trait for it, to have a chance of having a child with blue eyes. Because the genetics are kind of against, in my case, having a child with blue eyes. Because I have the only natural hair color. What is the only natural hair color? It's good that some people get intimidated by blue eyes glares, so that might give them an advantage. Maybe. I don't know. I've never heard of that, but maybe that's the thing. Only 1 out of 8 combinations result in blue eyes. Yeah, and they probably require actual. They probably require both parents to actually have, or at least hold the. Probably require both of them to have blue eyes, honestly, because it is recessive. Typically speaking. Combinations. These blue eyes are very noticeable against all other body colors. Yeah, I guess it's true. Because it's not like anyone has any parts of them, any body parts that are blue. So, kind of stands out. Your hair isn't blue, unless you dye it. But, like, your eyes can be... You know, if your eyes are brown, your hair could... And probably is brown as well. There's a good chance of it. Like, pretty much anyone with, like... Pretty much anyone with, like, brown hair is probably going to have brown eyes. I mean, I know there's going to be some exceptions, but the darker hair you have usually means you're probably not have blue eyes. At least they shouldn't have blue body parts. I've never seen anyone... I personally have never seen anyone with blue body parts. Maybe you have, but I haven't. Yeah, I haven't, so, you know. Let's say mercury intoxication. Yeah, I've met so many people with mercury intoxication. I expect all of you guys have met people with mercury intoxication. You know, I think I've once actually seen a guy who was albino at my school. Like at my high school when I went there. So this guy, he was like... You could tell, like, genetically, he was probably like... He's probably like black, right? But like he had really white features. Like his hair was like this sort of like curly, you know, like African descent sort of, you know, hair. But like he had really pale skin, and his hair was like blondish. And I don't think it was dyed either, because like there was like a lack of pigmentation in his skin. Like I never had this guy in my classes, but like he just looked like it, and I didn't realize at first. You know, like when I first saw him, I was like, okay, I'm not sure. I guess the guy's really mixed or something. But then I realized a few years later, I was like, wait a minute, maybe that guy was albino. Now that I think about it. My eyes are very dark brown, almost black, and in low light. I mean, some people say they have black eyes, but I think they just have really black, really brown eyes, like really dark brown eyes. Because no one actually has black eyes. Maybe with like some sort of like genetic defect, maybe, but I don't think it's normal to have black eyes. So, you know, it would just be a dark brown. But yeah, so I might have met an albino. Well, not really even met. I don't think we've ever spoken. I just happened to notice this guy, and a few years afterwards, I was like, you know, that guy might actually be an albino. I didn't realize it at the time. Their eyes are usually very sensitive, though. Albinos usually have very sensitive eyes. My eyes are pretty dark. I even once competed to see who had darker eyes. How do you make a competition against who has darker eyes? I can give you a black eye. I don't think that will be necessary. Mine is so dark you can't pick off the brown in them. I kind of doubt that. I bet if I was with you in person, I could probably see there some extent of brown in your eyes. I've never seen anyone who has just like naturally just black eyes. Right. So I mean, I guess now would probably be a good time to end it off. I mean, there's not much else for me to say. Skyward Sword is over. Um, Definitely tomorrow there's gonna be a Rev stream. I'm not so sure about the weekend and onwards, since what will fill Skyward Sword's place. I do need to beat Octopath, um, so we can do that. But like I said, Fates will be continuing as usual, for at least season 4. I mean, you keep saying that, but like, I mean, I would say I'm in a pretty stable place in the run. I'm actually in a pretty stable place in the run. Especially if I can make it as chapter 17 with no deaths. I'll actually be in pretty good shape. Despite all the deaths I've had. Because, I mean, I have Ryoma and Xander. So, I mean, I would say. And I'm probably about to get Fuga as well. So, I mean, chances of me getting into season 4 are becoming less and less likely as time goes on. And as I can stabilize things. But yeah, I guess I'll end it off now. So thank you guys for watching. Those two can solo. They can't solo the game on Lunatic. Maybe on like normal, but on Lunatic, no. Like if you thought that they could solo the game, well, there's a Mengs once did a Rev Iron Man, and I might be able to get the clip for you, but there's one where he literally pairs up Ryoma and Xander and just chucks them into a horde of enemies, and they both die. they didn't survive. So yeah, like on normal, they probably could solo the game, but they're still really good on Rev Lunatic. But they're you're not soloing the game with anyone in Rev Lunatic. But I mean, they're still pretty useful. I saw. Yeah, so they can't solo. I mean, you can see the proof with your own eyes. They can't solo. They're very good. I would consider them. I would say Ryoma's like an A tier and Xander's an S tier. A lot of people will say like Ryoma is the best unit in the game. He's not, because he has to rely a lot on RNG. But I would still say he's pretty good. Like I said, I would still say he's like an A tier unit, even in Lunatic. But Xander, he's just got so much defense. He doesn't need to rely on RNG. He's just a really tanky. He's also a paladin, which is just a solid class, and he's got a 1/2 range sword. So, like it's kind of hard to take a unit with all three of those characteristics and say, yeah, this isn't very that good. So yeah, I would say he's probably an S tier unit, but he couldn't solo the game just because the nature of Lunatic. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.